The movie begins with meeting Yuri, who tells us that there is a creature named Oki living in the hills around our town, and to keep him safe, the village is patrolled from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. as Oki comes out of his hills at night. Now at night, we are shown Petro, who is a hunter, along with many children going towards the forests of the mountains. Yuri was also among these children, and all these children had rifles in their hands. Before going into the forest, Petro also gives Yuri a knife and tells him to keep it with him. If someone tries to harm him, then he can use it. Now finally we are shown these creatures Oki, who were playing with the monkey-like looking blue creatures in a very fun way. Then on Petro's behest, some children set the trees on fire and some put traps to block the way of these creatures, and the rest of the people started hunting these Okis. When they did this so suddenly, it was as if doom had come in the world of Okis. These people wanted to finish these creatures and wanted to remove them from this area so that their town remained safe. During this mission, Oki stumbles upon Yuri. There was fear and innocence in her eyes, but she still stood in front of Yuri because her child was stuck in the tree and she had to save him. Yuri got emotional seeing this and decided to help her by getting the child down from the tree. She had barely got the child down when one of Yuri's companions attacked the Oki mother. She became very strong and took her away from here, although her child got lost in the same forest. Early in the morning, Petro returned home with the children and praised them because they had worked well last night but were unable to hunt for food. So he asked all the children who had gone to him to learn hunting to work harder, just like Rubato, who had attacked Mother Oki yesterday. After some time at the dinner table, Petro scolds Yuri in front of Rubato because his performance in hunting was very bad. So he asks all the children who went to him for hunting lessons to work harder, just like Rubato, who attacked Madara Oki yesterday. After some time at the dinner table, Petro scolds Yuri in front of Rubato because his performance in hunting was very bad. So he asks all the children who went to him for hunting lessons to work harder, just like Rubato, who attacked Madara Oki yesterday. After some time, at the dinner table, Petro scolds Yuri in front of Rubato because his performance in hunting was very bad. That's why he asks all the children who had gone to him to learn hunting to work harder, just like Rubato, who attacked Mother Oki yesterday. They ran away. The owner of the car kept running after it, but it escaped. Now where Yuri was bitten by that Oki, we see that the wound was completely swollen and blisters started appearing on it. Along with that, his hand also started turning blue just like Oki. Now Yuri also started feeling very dizzy. In such a situation, he was not able to drive the car properly and he drives the car off the road. Master Petro was still looking for Yuri. When he passes through the road, he sees the same accidental car which the police was investigating. The police finds a fake tooth in it, which Master Petro recognizes as Yuri's. Hence, he also understood that Yuri is now very close to them. Now after some time we are shown Yuri, who was sitting near a river, and now her whole body had turned blue, like this leeches. She knew that poison was spreading inside her, so she caught some leeches from the water and put them on herself so that she could suck their blood. But as a result of the bite of this leeches, another big change had come inside her, that now she was able to understand the words of this leeches, was able to understand their language, and was also able to speak. And she is most surprised to realize this. Now, as soon as she realizes that she is able to understand the language of Och, she starts jumping with joy. And while jumping, her foot slips and she falls into a pit, which was actually a trap, and it was closed from above as well. The poor thing kept looking at her to see when she would come out. But due to falling into the trap, she was injured so badly that it became difficult for her to even get up. Now Och goes and sits on the tree waiting for him to come out, and on the other side Master Petro also comes towards the same forest where Ud was at this time. From the footprints he understood that Ud is now closer to them. Here it is shown that a woman takes Yuri out of the donkey after he has fallen on it and carries him on her back to her home. As soon as Yuri regains consciousness, she looks around and calls the lady who saved her life as mom. In fact, that lady was her mom. Yuri asks his mother, "Mom, Where is that baby Och? I have to get him to his mom. Did you know I was able to understand his language? His mother says, it's no big deal. I taught you the language, Yuri. She then picks up a flute and plays it, and a sound similar to Och comes out of it. Hearing this, Yuri tells her, whatever it takes, I have to get to that baby and get him to his mom. I can't leave him unattended like you left me. Here we see that Robert, drenched in rain, was sitting near Yuri's house, but he did not know that Yuri was inside the same house. Suba Yuri wakes up to the sound of the sound, but she sees that it was the sound of her mother's flute. Following the sound, she reaches a place where she finds many books and research that her mother had read on the sound. Her mother tells her, the creatures for whose welfare you are thinking are not worthy of that welfare. They hate humans and have been doing so for years. You will return the child you have to his mother, but as soon as they smell humans in that child, they will push their own child away from themselves, separate him, and kill him. Then what is the use of all your hard work? Hearing this, Yuri gets angry and shoots her bomb. She thinks her mother is lying to her and says, if a mother can't think about her own child, how will she care about other people's children? They see a map made by their mother and find out what Oki's other location is. After finding the way, she puts on her clothes, leaves her mother with her and leaves for Pahi. She picks up some food and then decides to search for Oki here. When Yuri was leaving from here, Robert sees her and informs Master Petro about her presence here. By the time Master Petro arrived here, Yuri was not in this house. When he went inside, he met Yuri. While talking like this, an argument between them increases and a scuffle breaks out. In their scuffle, the children are separated and those inside start looking for the house, where Robert finds the same map, looking at which Yuri had left from here. Oki's location was on the map. They knew that Yuri would be somewhere there, so they also decided to go there. Here Yuri was searching for that child in the forest for a long time. She also calls him in Oki's voice, but gets tired because she does not find the child for a long time. At one place she lies down and starts crying. And then Oki's eyes fall on Yuri and he calls Yuri loudly. Seeing him, Yuri became as if she has found a treasure. She climbs a tree and catches him with a jerk. In this whole cycle, it was night now. Yuri eats some food here, drinks milk herself and feeds Oki as well, and then tells Oki in his own language that it is night now, but I will take you to your mother at dawn. These people make a small camp where they sleep. As soon as it is dawn, Yuri makes a small raft because he had to cross the river. After crossing the river, these people go to the other side of the mountains, which is a hill station. The Apsarat Mountains and the small caves inside them, inside which the mysterious stars and creatures were hidden. The place near Yuri encourages his people. Everyone comes out happy, but after seeing Yuri, everyone hides back in their caves. Seeing this, Yuri understands that his mother was right, that when these people see this child, they will never accept him. After some time, we see that Petro also reaches here with his entire team, and as soon as he arrives, he starts firing here. Yuri didn't want anyone here to be harmed, especially this guy who was with her. So while she was trying to save him, her raft also overturns and she falls into the water. Petro asks him to leave the room and come to him, but Yuri does not listen to him, and to avoid him, he quickly ducks behind a large tree. She goes inside the cave. This cave was very dangerous, but Yuri was not afraid of anything. Master Petro wanted to save Yuri at any cost, so he himself decided to go inside the cave, because the cave was too dangerous for the children's lives. She could have been in danger. Petro runs fast into the cave to catch Yuri and accidentally slips his foot and gets stuck in the wood. These sticks were very heavy, and after removing them, instead of coming out, he kept slipping inside them. Seeing this, Yuri took pity on him and he came and tried to remove this wood, but this wood was very heavy. At one time Yuri could not even move it. It was then that she came out from behind and saw Petro for the first time. Petro also looked into her eyes. His eyes were innocent. Seeing this, Peter realized for the first time that these creatures, which we consider very bad, are actually not bad. That's why for the first time he also loves this person and changes his thoughts of killing him. Here Yuri alone tries again to remove this wood, and finally after the efforts of both Yuri and Pietro, Pietro gets free from this trap. As soon as he arrives at his house, we see that the children who were waiting for him outside had also realized that something was happening. They also come inside this cave on the head of Yuri's raft and following them. Yuri's mother had also come here with a gun and a light, because they also had to save Yuri. Eventually Yuri and Petro are the first to cross this cave and reach a new beautiful and magical place. This place was not actually magical, but the feeling of it was very magical. He had never seen this beauty before. It is here that all the creatures come out and see these humans as well. Petro and Yuri were hoping to improve the relationship between themselves and the creatures, but then from behind, Pietro saw that his hunters were preparing to kill the creatures that had counted their babies. Just as he had taught me before, Pietro also tries to disguise himself. But a kid opens fire. Thankfully that bullet did not hit any creature but hit the mountain. But due to fear of this bullet, all these creatures went back to their caves. These creatures were now even more angry again. Tio managed the situation. The mother urinate now. Saves her urine here. And by talking to these creatures, we make them understand that these humans have no bad intentions. They had come only to return one of their children to them. Hearing this, even those occupiers relax. Yuri goes and hands this cow to her mother, and Ochi clings to his mother. Yuri becomes very emotional at the feeling of a mother and child uniting. Now she looks back at her mother who was also crying with tears. Now his mother and he go closer to each other and embrace each other. After all, both of them had now met and the relationship between them had also improved. And the movie ends here showing these two children happy with their mother.